3, 2, 1. Hi, we're the Boomershines, and we have a dream of doing the Great American Loop with ourselves, our 2 kiddos, and our 2 cats. But first, we gotta buy a boat. So welcome to episode 34 of V.B.S. Otherwise known as virtual boat shopping. And in case you don't know, the loop is a way to circumnavigate the United States and Canada using rivers, intercoastal waterways, and lakes.
I was thinking you're going to say, and streams.
No streams, I hope not. And a little bit of the ocean. And you can't be too tall, you can't be too deep. So, put in the visual. I feel like I've said it so many times that people are like, I get it.
Yeah.
Anyway, today we're gonna look at a boat that Mark has been obsessed with and that we actually have been on.
Whoa.
So, what are we looking at today, Mark?
We're looking at a Fairline Squadron. The reason I'm in a British accent is because it was made. It's a UK boat. One of the best-selling boats in the UK and in Europe. In fact, when you go to look at these boats on Yacht World, they're like all the places you want to go look at a boat. There's Saint-Tropez, there's one in Montenegro. Yeah, let's go.
Okay, yeah.
So very international.
And I want to get this boat simply so that you will animate him. And, no, well, stop obsessing. But so you will.
We have the voice already?
Animate him with the British accent, and I can listen to that the whole time.
Where are we going today? This will be wonderful. Let's go see Lady Liberty.
I don't know, if y'all aren't familiar, Mark likes to animate our vehicles. But let's look at the Fairline Squadron. First of all, how tall, how deep, what are our specs?
So this one is a 2003 Fairline 58 Squadron in Sanibel for $599,000.
Okay.
58 feet length overall, max draft 4.58 feet, so 4.5 feet is pretty good. Beam 15.92, not the narrowest we've looked at, but not the widest. Freshwater tank, fuel tanks, all doable. It is a 3-cabin, 2-head, as they say nowadays. Let's unpack that. The 3-cabin part, one of the faults on this boat that a lot of YouTube reviews and everything said it was a fantastic boat. It sold like hotcakes, but one of the problems was it didn't have a dedicated master stateroom.
No, it has a let's unpack it. You're jumping ahead.
Okay.
It has a dedicated master stateroom. It's just in the B berth.
Okay. But
okay. So let's look at it. I feel like it's got like 90s styling.
When I first, I had this boat for us to look at solely on the stats. And then I had our map. We had a map of all the boats we just recently went and looked at. This was one of them. I held them up to the kids and I said, I think there are 8 boats on there. I said, hey kids, which boats do you think looks best? Both of them said this boat.
And a whole bunch of our friends all voted for this one.
Yeah, and I held up, which boat do you like? Everybody said this boat. I was like, I don't get it.
I voted for the Fleming, but that's a whole nother story.
Until we got to this boat in person, and then, and the more I started researching this boat, it is really beautiful. So, let's jump in.
Arg.
Obviously Buccaneer pirate, or fans, I guess. Anyway, okay, so.
Or they just really like Pirate Night.
The inside is pretty snuggerific
Okay, so
sofa.
that is a very snuggerific sofa. What I love about this boat is it has a snuggerific sofa, and you can see it here. It's got a full dinette that will seat all of us. Love that.
And then over to the right here, let's see if the next photo is the Galley. Now the Galley is small, but the Galley is efficient, and the Galley has a weird little feature on it.
Yeah, so let's just look at the Galley real quick. So the sinks are pretty, there's one big one, one little one.
The sinks are covered with
with Corian, which is great that they're covered because it gives you countertop space.
You got a built-in hot rack.
Hot pad?
Hot pad, there, the metal grates.
You've got a stovetop, you've got the dishwasher right there,
Vintage
and then there's
dishwasher.
A small refrigerator to the right.
Yeah,
and
basically a bar fridge.
And then there's a microwave next to the bar fridge, and there's one drawer, big drawer underneath that. And there's cabinets underneath the sink. There's not a single drawer in the kitchen.
This held something. This was a cool, had built-in knife rack. And this is a spice rack.
No, the spice rack was up here. That was pantry for cans.
Okay.
But what this boat has done,
there's a way.
They've been really thoughtful in where they put the silver. There are drawers for the silverware. They're just underneath the helm chair up here.
Oh, they're not just drawers. They're lined in green velvet.
And there's a cabinet for the plates that's all custom fit, which is super cool. But what you really want to talk about is what's right. So
the dry storage, the pantry, the pots and pans. This area, which is a countertop, there's a little seam right here. You lift up the countertop and it's on a hinge. And you go down 3 stairs and you enter this room, but it's tiny. This particular owner, originally there was a combo washer dryer here. They took that out and they made this bed. And then this right here is some crazy European freezer.
So your freezer is down a couple stairs in a hole, and there's no washer and dryer on this boat. So if we were to get this boat, we would yank the bed, we'd put in a combo washer and dryer.
And then you could build shelves, and it would be tons of cereal boxes, cat food. Cats could do their thing in there.
It's a mud room in a boat.
Yeah.
It's a mud room
pantry.
Pantry, laundry room in a boat, which is really...
It even on the wall on this side, right here, up against the bed, it has a
drawer that pulls out, and it's an ironing board.
An ironing board. So it's a laundry room, a pantry, and a mud room.
Yes, in a 58-foot boat. If we were to get this boat, we'd have to rework this space and make it super
tricky part.
Functional. Tricky part is
you have 18 inches to get. You've got to put a washer dryer in there. So you got to get an 18-inch width washer dryer.
No, but if you pulled off, you could pull off some trim and get 22 inches, I think. But and we don't know if you could vent the dryer.
And it's still a combo, which
I love a combo.
We're not fans of combos.
It just doesn't dry as well as a regular dryer. And I have a 7-year-old, we have a 7-year-old son who requires lots of laundry to be done because he just manages to wear everything he eats. Here's the helm. It is sit-down helm. Could you stand up? You can't stand up and drive.
Those are Recaro seats, by the way. Multi-electric function Recaro seats. I sat in them and it's like sitting in a sports car. I don't know that that's...
Is it a sports car?
No, it was
like a...
No, it was you were in there. And it is a little weird. The engine displays are here. And this is a pilot house door. It looks like a pilot house door, but in person, it was tiny.
I mean, it's petite. You're doing a little acrobatic work to get through there. This is where the boat shines. Great aft space. Great flybridge.
Good walk around space. It was good and wide. The railings go way up, so that was great.
We saw dolphins while we were there, which made it even better.
Underneath this seat here was a ton of storage. It's a cabin in some boats. So the kids could play down there.
Or we could store all of our goodies down there.
So this is looking at the TV. TV was behind a cabinet.
So here is where the plates and bowls and coffee mugs are stored, and they are all in specific little homes, and they all say Fairline on it, which feels very yachty.
Yeah, and so you don't have to worry about storing those.
It's
but
just
there
else
was a service of 6, so you could still add 2. There was room for 8. There's the flatware, which all says Fairlane on it.
Is it Fairlane or Fairline?
Fairline, sorry.
As my daughter pointed out, it's actually pretty smart because you take it out of the dishwasher, you put it there, and it's right across from the dining room table. It's just not what we're used to.
There's the dining room table, which was great.
It was fantastic. Love that. Love being in the front.
These were power windows.
Oh.
These and the ones over there, literally you press a button, it was like pulling up to the drive-thru.
Which was awesome.
There's looking aft. Cool grab handles here. Nice walkway through here. You go up this stair, take a left, and the door opens that way onto itself, and then you're onto the glorious flybridge.
Can I point out here what was, to me, the Achilles heel, or should I say ACL of this boat? So I don't have an ACL, and I'm great other than really tall step-ups.
A ligament in your knee.
I don't have a ligament in my knee. I haven't since I was 17. I function really well without it, except when I'm taking higher than average steps up. And these stairs, I don't know if you can tell, they're different heights, and they range from like 11 inches
We measured them.
Yeah, 11 inches to 13 inches. And for my knee, that was hard.
It wasn't just those stairs. It wasn't just these. It was the other. It was the
every
all the
stair
stairs on the boat were too steep.
This boat does so many things right in my mind, but for my particular body,
you physically couldn't live on this boat.
And literally, that's why we did not.
They're the other stairs.
So these stairs down into the staterooms, we're going down into the 3 staterooms here, looking towards the back of the boat. We're also really high and slightly different.
We were trying to figure out, like, how could we make a piece of wood and make stairs that were more gradual that would fit on top. And by the, I mean, yeah,
it's every stair. And the stairs down into the mud room, laundry room were also really steep. And so anywhere I went on the boat, I'd be like, yeah. Okay, so here is the master.
It's a V berth.
It's a V berth.
It was lovely. It was bright. It was light, but
what this lacked, in my opinion, for live aboard is it doesn't have a ton of storage. Amazing weekend, maybe a week boat, but if you're actually living on the boat, you know, there were his and her closets, lockers, and there were 2 big drawers and then these little panel kind of cabinets on the side.
But the his and hers were small.
Yeah, I mean, just compared to some of the other boats we've looked at, this is not.
I was even trying to convince her, like, you can have all the space in the boat and I'll put my clothes all in the other holes throughout. I'll put them in the lazarette in a Tupperware, in a tub.
Anyway, he really likes this boat.
These not being open is a shame because it's just beautiful light when you're in there.
Sunny.
There were some issues with this particular listing.
So there's your locker.
Yeah.
You know, not tiny, just not huge.
The bathrooms were gorgeous. Loved it.
I mean, would I pick the shiny wood? No, but they were clean and felt more new than a lot of the other bedrooms. Okay, so then those stairs that we showed you, there's 2 staterooms on either side. Those staterooms share a head. This one has a, I'm gonna say, a double bed in it and a little desk, and it has direct access to the second head.
So this would be the Tudor,
yeah,
we thought.
And then,
there's the desk. And it had a big locker.
Yeah, that one had a good closet.
This particular listing needs some work on here.
On the...
all of the wall coverings.
I don't know why, the saggy headliner stuff is such an issue on boats. I don't know why someone hasn't invented a better technology to stick it on.
Here's the attached ensuite.
Great
restroom.
Heads.
Shower.
I like those tall round showers. Okay, and then here are the kids' rooms.
And the kids love this.
Kids loved it. They had really...
They were gonna make this their bulletin board with all their sites and everything.
Wouldn't that be cute? Just wrap it in cork or... Anyway, that was a great room for them. It had plenty of storage for them.
Right here.
Had a big locker. It had storage on the side. Had drawers and drawers underneath the beds.
Really some of the largest kids' bedroom storage that we've been in. Sorry for that.
Okay, and then there's the bedroom slash pantry slash...
We got to get up to the fly bridge. There's the sport. Okay, so you come up, you've actually come up over here, the front of the boat. This is the aft. This is huge,
This is the fly bridge. It is
big space.
It is fantastic.
This is power activated with this switch, and this slowly lowers.
To make a giant bunny pad. But you really never need to do that, because if you go look at the helm, there's a bunny pad in front of the helm, in addition to a bunny pad on the bow.
A side chair that the back raises.
I think this is why you love the boat.
And then, so you come up through here, and you can sit on this little edge and have a great view, and then 3 reclining, pretty comfortable helm chairs.
And then those are the stairs back down.
Even it was cool here, the lock that you use to open and close it turns into a railing.
There's a lot of really smart, thoughtful design.
Great aft space.
But more steep stairs. Like
Look at that.
Those are steep stairs, and they're not the same height.
This is curved, gorgeous, but no screens.
I want to live on the back of that boat or on the top of that boat.
Tinder Storage was white right here. There is a davit. That's I think it was a 12-foot. It was a smaller tender than we would want. There's a mast with a grill and a sink.
Which you figured out you'd have to disconnect some stuff to get under the loop.
It was 16 foot 10 with this light bar up. You take that off.
16 foot 10? 19 foot 10. 19
foot 10. And you need 19 foot 6.
Yeah. that's the Fairline Squadron. Mark really wanted to buy this boat, but my left knee said no.
Darn your knees!
But
keep me from my favorite boat, do you?
if you love outdoor space, this is a great boat. And if you don't like a lot of clothes,
if anybody's looking for a lot of boat for the money, another cool thing is this boat has a very small distance. I forgot the name of it from this.
Freeboard.
Freeboard. It has a a very short freeboard.
Too.
What that makes it do is not go through the water like this. It sits flat in the water, so it's supposed to ride a lot better and be more seaworthy. Gretchen is the broker.
Oh, Gretchen
we looked at the boat twice with her.
awesome.
Thank you, Gretchen. You're amazing. Go see Gretchen about this boat because it's gorgeous.
Sanibel.
It just didn't work for Granny over here.
It was Belle's favorite boat too.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's a beautiful boat. It's a great boat. It's just not our loop boat.
No.
Okay, so there you have it. Thanks for watching our review of the Fairline Squadron 58. And our next boat we're going to review is a Hatteras 56 that we also went on. So stay tuned for that. And until then, shine on!